Hey, I'm Luke.
The NX is in captivity. The internet is at war.
That's Matt.
So there was a Nintendo Direct, and we want to talk about it because Nintendo Directs are amazing.
Let's get the most boring thing out of the way first.
Well, we should probably, first of all, just as a reminder, it was for the Nintendo 3DS. And they said they weren't going to talk about NX at all, so it wasn't that at all, and it wasn't disappointing at all because they said that. Well, it was disappointing that they said that, but not disappointing that it wasn't there. Okay, go on.
They started off with Pokemon, Sun and Moon.
Uh-huh.
Now, I wrote down some notes about this. The best thing is I was writing positives and negatives and stuff. The best part is I accidentally wrote under negatives, Pokemon Sun slash Moon. And my only other negative is no Detective Pikachu, because I actually want that.
Well, that would have been kind of interesting, but yeah, I don't know enough about Pokemon, so I don't think anything they showed was new. I think they were just kind of showing it. Although they did talk about Munchlax, that might was getting I don't know. Was getting Munchlax new? I really don't know.
The new island form, whatever they're calling it, of Rattata,
Yeah?
I think that's new. But yeah, I don't think they really showed anything new anyways, and we're not big enough Pokemon fans to care anyways. Sorry. Now, I want to talk about Super Mario Maker for Nintendo 3DS. I think that's the full title, right?
Yeah, for Nintendo 3DS.
Now, this went from a complete surprise
Uh-huh.
and me saying, oh, I'm gonna have to get this now, and then once I found out more, I was like, I don't know if I really want it.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I started to see it, it's like, wow, this is going to be so amazing. I can just have it on my 3DS in my pocket while I'm walking around. I get an idea, open my 3DS, do a little bit of the level. I get a little stumped, put it down by just closing the system, put it in my pocket, can walk around, get hit by some inspiration, and boom, pull it back out. It's so much better than sitting there on the Wii U and being like, okay, just pause the game and just sit there for a while, staring at the screen for an hour. Maybe sometimes I lay down and watch the ceiling while I try and come up with an idea because it takes a lot of time to work out what you need to do sometimes. I just thought it would be fantastic to have it on the 3D. Especially you could go around, take a walk in some naturey place or something, and get some good ideas for a level design. But I don't know, you can't share stuff online. Like what?
Yeah, you can't share courses online, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's really stupid. And you can't search courses by ID. Some of the Wii U courses will be compatible for you to play on there, but not all of them.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming some of those will be ones that use the mushroom costume,
Yeah.
because those also won't be in the 3DS version for some reason.
But the one thing that does sound cool is it seems like they put more work into the levels that come with the game that are made by Nintendo. And there's like, I think they said star coins to collect in them or something.
No, they said there's gonna be 100 original courses from Nintendo, right?
Huh?
And they have medal challenges.
Oh.
And they said things like collecting all the coins or defeating all the enemies in the
Oh.
courses, things like that.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, still, that's a lot more effort than what they put into the pre-built courses in the Wii U version, which were a little underwhelming. They were just basically, oh, that's a cool idea. Let me make a full level out of this idea.
Now, I don't know if you have anything else to say about this, but I have three questions about this, right?
Okay.
One, is it going to support 3D? You think so?
Uh, Probably, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it didn't.
I just don't even know anymore because of how much else they're doing wrong with it.
Yeah,
My second question, will bookmarks work? Probably not.
didn't look like there was a bookmark tab there, but yeah, uh, it's just so weird.
Third question, can you transfer your courses back and forth from the Wii U and 3DS version?
Yeah, if they do that, like if they let it so you can make a course, put it onto your Wii U game, and then upload it from there, well, that would make it boom. You can work on a course while you're out. Then when you come back, just pop it into your Wii U version and upload it.
Like, that's the exact reason you want Mario Maker on the go.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's all for Mario Maker.
But the next one that they showed was actually something I'm really excited for. Mario Party Star Rush.
Now, I have my notes here. I didn't write anything because I really didn't have anything to say.
Uh-huh.
It actually looks pretty good, but I don't really have much to comment about it. There's nothing really bad about it that I see.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and also, Mario Maker for Nintendo 3DS is going to release December 2nd, 2016.
I
This
got
year.
the dates. I didn't get the dates. It's good. Someone's doing a job, right?
I know what I'm doing! Okay.
Oh.
So Mario Party Star Rush, which is going to release November 4th of this year. So I think it looks like it has a lot of strategy and options to play in the main mode compared to 8 and 9 especially. I mean, not 8, 9 and 10 especially, because those games felt like they took a lot of the strategy out of it, and it felt more like you were just rolling a dice and you didn't have much input to put in. You could choose which die to use, but in the end it just felt like you were rolling a dice and just watching something happen. This one, it looks like you're really going to have a lot more option. Where you move, how you move there, the different characters that you get with you will change how you roll and that kind of stuff, depending on who you put as your leader. To get stars, you have to fight bosses, but it's not just a matter of getting to the boss. It's one player could get to the boss first, having the advantage of being able to start fighting the boss before the other players could get there. And also, other players could make it there late, but maybe they have more supporting characters from the Mushroom Kingdom helping them, like Mario and Peach, that'll get them more points even though they didn't get there as early. And it just seems like there's a lot of strategy. Plus, every 10 coins you have at the end of the game will turn into another star. There's going to be bonus stars for, like, how much you've moved and stuff like that. Also, they're releasing a free guest pass download, so only one person of your friends needs to own the game, and you can just download this guest pass thing, which is basically the full game that only gets unlocked if you connect to somebody that actually owns the game. So that way you can play the entire game with only one cartridge if you and your friends locally want to play together. It's not online again, which sucks, but not the end of the world.
Yeah, I don't know, like, it makes sense that there's not online with random people, you know how Mario Party goes.
Mm-hmm.
But with friends, you'd really think they'd want to add more online for that. And the thing I'm happiest about is there's no mini stars.
Yeah.
I don't care how they implement it, I just hate those things now.
What about the mini stars? Also, the amiibos still look awesome. They're coming out. I don't remember when they're coming out or if they said when they're coming out.
When the game comes out, right?
Probably.
November 4th.
But one thing is, we don't fully understand what the amiibo do. I don't know if they've said, but I didn't seem to get anything of what they do from watching what they showed today. The only thing that I got is that it looked like it detected that the amiibo was used and had items in Mario Party 10, so they got a special bonus for that when they scanned them into the Star Rush game. So it seems like if you have data from Mario Party 10 Amiibo Party, then that will be able to carry over in some fashion to Star Rush, which seems kind of cool.
That's not going to do most people any good since most people seem to hate Amiibo Party and Mario Party 10.
Which they should give it more of a chance. Most people are just like, and they didn't try it much. If you have human players and they all have an amiibo, it can get pretty crazy, and there's a lot more strategy into it than Mario Party 9 or the rest of 10 has. So it actually gets pretty fun compared to the other modes in the recent games. So you should definitely try that more if you haven't given it much of a chance.
Is that all for Mario Party?
Yeah.
Now, Animal Crossing New Leaf's update is what they talk about next.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few things I took from this, right?
Yeah.
First of all, they're still not saying it, but it's obvious that, I mean, it's an update for this fall.
Yeah.
And that's the same time, that fall is also when the Animal Crossing smartphone app is supposed to come out, so clearly it's going to have some kind of functionality with that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to have a mini direct in fall as well, so
Yeah.
they'll probably go into that then. But I did get that they mentioned obviously Amiibo working with that. We knew that, but I did notice that they mentioned select Amiibo from other series will also work with the game. So
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see what they do. Are they just going to be like costumes or like different outfits and stuff you can wear on furniture, or are they going to actually do something different than you'd expect?
It'd be cool to get furniture and stuff. Also, they announced 50 new Animal Crossing Amiibo cards of villagers that weren't previously in New Leaf. They seem to like come in like house cars. I don't know. They
It's
did.
okay, don't think about it. What I took most interest from this is that then you can also ask them to move in.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to be like ask them to move in and they'll move in, or if you have to do something for them, or how it works, but we'll have to wait for the mini direct and see.
Yeah. Also, those are apparently supposed to come out December 2nd of this year. And also, they're packaging New Leaf with a new subtitle of Welcome Amiibo. Well, it says New Leaf, but it's an extra it's a subtitle. So, Yeah, they're probably gonna start like reshipping that in stores or something. I don't know.
We all know how Nintendo is with their naming strategies.
Yeah, I don't know. New Leaf is already a Nintendo Select, so it's going to be $20 no matter what. It is a Nintendo Select, isn't it?
Yeah. Uh, is it under the eShop that they're calling it? Welcome Amiibo, or are they doing another physical package? That
It looked like the physical package they were showing.
okay. Done with that.
Yeah.
So they talked about Street Pass Me Plaza some more.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about how it's getting a update.
Mm-hmm.
They made it more streamlined, so basically you can move through things a little bit faster.
Yeah.
And they made it so you can have up to 100 visitors at a time, right? How
Yeah.
exactly does that work? Was there something
If
they
you're
mentioned
if you're
about
a
that?
subscriber to like the premium service of it or whatever, which I'm sure nobody is because that seems like completely pointless.
Yeah, I actually forgot that was a thing. I
I did
didn't.
too until they mentioned it. Oh, by the way, also they didn't actually show a box like I thought they did. They just showed a logo, so maybe they're just rebranding it in these shops.
Oh, okay,
Animal Crossing, by
that
the way.
makes sense, I guess. Um, they're also adding, as they awarded 5 new fast-paced Street Pass games. I don't
Yep.
know. I guess they probably took in consideration how slow and tedious it was to do the other ones they added.
Yeah.
But you can pick one of 2 of those 5 games to get for free.
Yep.
Either it was like some kind of racing,
Yeah,
something,
like
what
a
was it?
slot car racing.
Slot car racing, or one where you predict stock prices.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Which I only know
I did.
anything about because of playing Fortune Street, which I haven't played in forever, and I didn't play much of it when I played it, so I should play more of that.
I thought that was hilarious when I heard that. Um, and what what a game to make. I don't know. We're done with that.
Well, they did show the other games you could buy in there look like, but I don't really remember what they were like. They're not that important. I don't know. Does many people care about? I guess if you live somewhere where you get more street passes, but we just don't get many street passes here, so it's not worth buying the extra games for me.
Okay. Well, they talked next about Tank Troopers,
Yep.
which seems like it's gonna be an ESOP game. They said this winter.
Yep.
And let me tell you something, right?
Mm-hmm.
That music playing in the background, that was some Swiss-tastic music.
The music is funny. It seems very interesting though. Like different troopers that you put in your tank will have different abilities, like
Mm-hmm.
freezing, paintball that will like block off the screen, or electrical shocks that will like keep them in place for a little bit. It looks like it's going to be 6 player local play and download play, and they said there was going to be more.
That's what I wanted to ask about. I thought that was really odd. So there's a single player, right, which
Yeah.
is nice, and a 6 player local play or with download play support as well. Well, they said on other unannounced modes, right?
Yes.
Hopefully online, because they didn't say online. They just said local.
I feel like if it was online, it could be like I was getting some slight Splatoon vibes from it in the sense that it's this team-based shooter on where you have all these different like kind of crazy abilities that you use based on what character. Also, kind of like Overwatch, where the characters themselves have the different abilities,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, I definitely got an Overwatch vibe there.
yeah, it would be really fun if it was put online and it had good online and everything. But it also seems like a lower budget eShop game, just for the just a fun little eShop game. So I'm not really expecting it, especially since they didn't make that out to be the main thing for it. Also, something I wanted to point out from that was that there I saw Mario coins and question blocks around the place.
Oh, I didn't. I
It
didn't
look
notice that.
it looks like maybe if you walk or not walk, drive your tank into a question block, then maybe you get an item or something like that that you can use, like Mario Kart or something. Um, and it seemed like when they were hitting each other, coins were dropping or something. Also, I don't really know how the mode works. They didn't really explain it, the main mode they were showing, but it seemed like 2v2, no, not 2v2, 3v3,
Yeah.
2 teams fighting each other. That's what I was trying to say at first. Like there was a red team and a blue team, and they each
Mm-hmm.
had a point counter on the top of the screen, and there was a time limit on the top. So that's another reason why I got like kind of Splatoon vibes. It's like you got your 2 different colored teams with a timer, and well, that's really just every online team-based game. But
Now, I got vibes of a different game, but not on a gameplay level, just on like how it looked,
okay.
the style and stuff and design,
Hmm.
which I got an Advance Wars vibe.
I did think about that at once because it's in tanks, and I've never played an Advance War, but I've
Yeah, I
seen
haven't
some
either.
footage of it and everything, and
No, it also makes me wonder too. Who is the developer? Is it just
yeah,
Nintendo?
they didn't really say, like, I guess it's just someone at Nintendo. They didn't really say the developer of any of these games today. Well, I guess they said, Ever Oasis. They told us who
Yeah,
the
yeah.
people in charge of that were.
They're really making a big deal about the designer's background.
Yeah,
Then they talked about Picross 3D Round 2, as it's titled.
yep,
I started playing this. You got the demo, right? Did you
yeah,
start
I
playing it?
didn't start it yet.
I actually bought the game. I started playing it. It's amazing. I really like it. It's just the puzzle game that I really love.
I really like Picross, so I'm excited to try it later, but I just didn't do that yet.
There is a demo available, and you can right now, and you can buy the game right now too on the eShop.
I think they said there was like 10 levels in the demo or something like that.
Yeah, I think they said there's 300 in total in the game though.
Yeah, they said there's over 300, and they said that also scanning compatible amiibo with it would
Yeah.
unlock amiibo levels to play.
So I'm really enjoying it so far. I played that for probably a few hours today. It was really good.
Hmm. Oh, and by the way, as you said, you bought it and there's a demo now, so that did release now.
Mhm. So then they went on to doing a little bit of talking about Zelda's 30th anniversary. They did a brief segment on this, and they were going on about all different kind of things, talking about Wind Waker and how that's a Nintendo Select, and you can get Skyward Sword on the Wii U eShop now. It's actually a Wii U game they talked about.
Hmm.
But they announced Amiibo, right?
Yeah.
An 8-bit classic Link,
Uh-huh.
Ocarina of Time Link,
Oh, it looks awesome.
yeah, it does, and Wind Waker Link and
Uh-huh.
Wind Waker Zelda.
Also look awesome.
But right away, when I saw the 8-bit Link, I gotta tell you something. The first thing that came to my mind was, why aren't they doing a 30th anniversary 3-pack with an 8-bit Link, 8-bit Samus, and 8-bit Pit? That would have been awesome. And they wouldn't have had to worry about not selling Samus or Pit or anything because they would be bundled with Link, so of course it would sell.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
That would have been the announcement of the day, I think.
But at the same time, I'm also really happy we got the other versions of Link and not just 8-bit statues, because the 8-bit amiibo aren't the prettiest amiibo. They
No,
have
but
a nice look to them, but they're also not the prettiest. It's hard to
how
describe.
awesome would it have been to get an 8-bit Link, Samus, and Pit with like the same pedestals or something lined up next to each other? That would have been so awesome.
Yeah. They also talked about the NES Mini real quick, which was kind of weird. They started hyping up Zelda stuff, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you can play it on the NES Mini that's releasing." Okay, well, I guess they needed to put some advertisement out for that, but eh, we already knew about that and everything. Like,
The NES Mini in general seems like a little bit of an odd thing. Like it's not something we expect to see with Nintendo in the
yeah,
past. But anyways, so we're gonna get one.
mm-hmm,
I mean the value for the games you get too is great and makes. I feel like Nintendo should really rethink their pricing on their virtual console games there when they release things like this.
yeah,
And you saw like the Where We Play on Xbox One too. It's like 30 games for $30. Like that's an insane price.
yeah.
It just really makes you feel like they're charging a little bit much for the virtual console games.
Oh, also, they said that the Amiibo would have special functionality with Breath of the Wild. Like, what do you think that's gonna be?
Well, first of all, I just want to mention I did notice Reggie said that they will just act as Link or Zelda respectively. But for Breath of the Wild, I don't know. Like one thing that came to my mind, at least for the 8-bit one, was like the how like in Uncharted 4 you could do the different visual filter things.
Yeah.
I was thinking like doing like an 8-bit visual filter something. It wouldn't really work, but
No.
that's just the first thought that came to my mind.
So if I had to make a prediction for all of them, let me see. I think the 8-bit one, they would probably do something like they did with Toad in Captain Toad. You scan it in, and it'll hide one of them around in the area or whatever, and you can try and find all the hidden 8-bit links in the world then.
Mm-hmm. That'd be pretty neat.
The Ocarina of Time one, you can scan it in, it'll give you the Ocarina of Time, so you can just play it just for the fun of it. Just kind of like how you get Wolf for scanning in the Wolf amiibo, and he helps you fight, and it's just kind of cool to have a Wolf around with you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Ocarina would do anything, but,
Oh, you know what would be awesome?
what?
is if you could turn to like all SimCity here with the Wind Waker one, like just summon tornadoes that destroys the world around you. Yeah, just ignore me.
But for the Toon Link and Toon Zelda, I don't know what would they do? Like
Summon tornadoes that ruins the world. Oh, by the way, that's another one they're missing. They don't have Tetra. Why would they give us 2 Wind Waker ones but not have Tetra?
yeah. Oh, something that I just thought of. The Toon Link or Toon Zelda or probably Toon Link. I don't know about Toon Zelda. That's really confusing what she would do. Wouldn't it be cool? Do you remember they showed that you can get rafts in Zelda to cross water with?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be cool if you could scan Toon Link in and get the King of Red Lions
Oh, that
to
would be
go
neat.
around in or something? They probably won't do that because they probably would have put him on the King of Red Lions if they were going to do that. But still, that's a thought. I don't know.
Oh, that would be neat.
Just some ideas. I mean, it could always just be something as simple as you get their different versions of their tunics and clothing and stuff.
Yeah, because they do have like more like different clothing and armor you can
I
spend
mean,
on.
it's just all
Maybe different
speculation.
weapons.
It's just all speculation what they do right now, but it's fun to think about.
Yeah, it is.
And they also talked about Hyrule Warriors Legends DLC. They just kind of showed off some of the Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass stuff. Although it was kind of weird because I didn't notice any Phantom Hourglass stuff. I think they showed all Spirit Track stuff.
Yeah, I didn't notice any either.
Because the Sand Rod was from Spirit Tracks, wasn't it? And Toon Zelda, was using the Phantom, so she was from Spirit Tracks.
And obviously my favorite thing about that, the train.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That's obviously from
That looks so cool.
Spirit Tracks though as well.
Seeing the train ride through into everybody, that was really cool.
So they must have just decided not to sell any of the Phantom Hourglass stuff. It's in there though, probably, or so they wouldn't have called it that.
Yeah. And they talked about Dragon Quest 8 and 7, right?
Yeah, they did. I didn't notice it the first time. They did actually say 2017 for Dragon Quest 8. They didn't give a date though, I don't think.
Okay. I have way too many RPGs to play to really pay attention to these, but I am interested because Nintendo of America is doing the localization for it, I believe, so they always do a really great localization, and I'd love
Don't
to try
say
it at some
that.
point.
You'll get people mad at you.
Censorship. Censorship. All hail censorship. Well, anyways, we don't have any opinions on that, so yeah, they showed Yokai Watch 2 then.
There's 2 things I particularly noticed. Like, they talked about some of the stuff in the game. Really, just Yokai Watch, which I'm extremely excited to get more of and play. But there's 2 things that I took note of, right? They mentioned the first one of the games will include a physical medal that unlocks new sword moves for Javanion, right?
Okay.
So that's neat. What they mentioned, the digital versions will come with the ability to battle and befriend Urbanion F and Ceylon.
Yeah, now, I don't
Is
think...
there a way to do this in the physical version?
No, it's well, I don't know. They're that's basically the pre-order bonus for those versions. You get those yokai in the game instead of getting the physical medal. And...
But can you still get them somehow?
I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't, looked into Yokai Watch 2 or anything. Also, I just wanted
So is it like a choice they're forcing you with? You either have to pick the medal or these other yokai.
I really don't know. Also, I don't think they had any new information about Yokai Watch 2. But I mean, it's not like that's much of a surprise. The game has been out, I believe, since July 2014.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. Yokai Watch 3 is out in Japan now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and with Yokai Watch, they mentioned a demo version will be available in mid-September.
And of course, we already knew this, but it releases at the end of September on the 30th.
What's next?
Disney Magic.
Let's move on.
I don't care about that.
Next one, move us that one too.
Wait. Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. I don't know when it's released or anything like that. All I know is Eggman will get wrecked.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's probably gonna be more like Sonic and Boo. But watching the footage of it, it actually looks like it could be fun for people that like the Sonic gameplay. So
Sure.
I don't think it looks like it's going to be abysmal, like the Wii U version was. But I think Sonic fans will probably actually enjoy it. It doesn't look like bad gameplay from the bit they showed and what I've seen before. So I don't know. It seems like it could be good. Do you have any opinions on the matter?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel bad for Sonic.
I don't.
Sega just really hates him.
Have you ever seen how I don't even know the way he like looks at you and like shakes his finger back and forth. He deserves it.
And I don't know why, but Sega can't seem to make any good games if it's not a Miku game. Those are the only good ones they seem to be able to make now.
And they're not just good. They're
They're
great.
amazing. But everything else is like borderline shovelware a lot of times. There's occasional good things, I guess.
Don't say that. You're gonna anger people.
No, it's fine.
Well, they talked about Shin Megami Tensei, whatever it's called then.
Two things. It's Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse.
Whatever the last one was for.
The first prince of the game. Yeah, it is, but
4-2.
yeah, I actually saw someone on Twitter say it was 4 too. No, it's Shin Megami Tensei 4, and the Japanese version is Final, but it's Apocalypse over here.
Which is the final of everything.
Yeah, sure. The first print comes with a really awesome looking metal set,
Okay.
and you should buy this game. That's all.
It's in the same boat as Dragon Quest for me. It's like there's a lot of other RPGs that I want to get where I'm already in the middle of playing, old and newer, and just not a high priority for me.
We mentioned Dragon Quest before too.
More like Dragon Quest. It's such a Dragon series because it's so long. RPGs are very long. Go on.
I bought Dragon Quest 5.
Yeah.
I was thinking starting with that, right?
Oh.
But then I heard that 4 through 6 is a trilogy of sorts, and it does not work like Final Fantasy, where each numbered title is standalone in story. So I need to get 4 now, I guess, and start in there. So I have like 3 games to work on before I get to 7, so whatever.
Yeah.
So they talked we're into the 2017 stuff now.
Yep. Bill finally got back from the island, and he looks better than ever.
He went to Chile. Which is great. He did look rather handsome afterwards, didn't he? Must have been working out there.
Working out his eye muscles.
So the first thing they announced for 2017 was Yoshi's Woolly World for the 3DS. I don't know what the official title is, but
It's probably just that.
it's just Yoshi's Woolly World that's on Wii U. They messed up because if they were gonna bring another Wii U game to the 3DS, it should have been Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
Definitely.
An actual touchscreen game that you have to look at the touchscreen the whole time playing.
That would have been so much better on there because like it's so awkward being on the way. It's like I want to look at the big screen, but I can't because I need to look at the bottom screen. And oh.
So it comes with every stage from the Wii U version.
Plus,
it has exclusive new stages that's focused on Pucci. So
Yeah.
you like some kind of like runner type thing where you have to pick up a bunch of gems and whatnot.
Yeah, it looks fun, but not like, oh, I'm gonna buy this game again for it.
They also added the Pucci pups or whatever they called them. I wrote down Chiji pups because they go over and sniff out look at like areas you should check out.
But yeah, I've heard that game gets really frustrating when you're going for 100% though. Like, it's like very long and difficult, which I mean is good if that's what you're looking for, but
They're still Chiji pups. I don't care.
well, you just don't have to use them.
Now they announced a Pucci amiibo too.
Okay.
But from what I saw on Amazon, because we pre-ordered Zelda amiibo already on there.
Yep.
It seems like it wasn't being sold standalone.
Yeah, so it's like
It was only with the game, which I find odd because I could have sworn Bill said that they'd be selling him, that he'd be sold. He'd come out next year, but then they'd also sell a bundle. Like they were talking like it was 2 things. But yeah, they only put up one on Amazon at least.
like bundling. If it's only with a bundle, then it's kind of like there's not enough new content in this game, so let's put an amiibo because everybody buys amiibo. They'll buy the game for the amiibo, and then maybe turn on the game for the extra runner levels.
And it does feel a little weird. It kind of feels like the Chibi Robo thing in a sense. It almost feels like they're purposely bundling with an amiibo just so people buy the game.
Now, this is my only other thought on the matter. There's all these rumors that, oh, Mario Kart 8 is going to be ported to the NX. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U is going to be ported to the NX. Hopefully not with that name. All these Wii U games, Splatoon is going to be ported to the NX. We keep hearing all these rumors about that, right? And if that's true, then it seems like they just want to be like, hey, we developed all these Wii U games, but nobody's buying them. Nobody has the console, so we better get them out to more people. And maybe that's what they're kind of starting to do already. And I hope not. I hope we just get an original Smash Brothers on the NX and an original Mario Kart and Splatoon on the NX. But this could also be kind of like them starting to do that. Like, oh, here's Mario Maker, so even if you don't have a Wii U, you can still play Mario Maker. Even if you don't have a Wii U, you can play Yoshi.
There was one more thing we didn't mention, is that Yoshi is going to get animated shorts.
Oh yeah, that seems kind of cool because stop motion is always nice to watch.
Now, they mentioned it would, like, did they mention all of them, or, like, the first few would be
I'm
included?
sure like 30 of them would be on the game.
How else will you be able to get them, do you think? Just on YouTube, or?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Do you have like any guesses? Like YouTube, I guess. Like
My Nintendo, do something useful with it.
that'd be kind of cool. Like 100 gold coins or something. You get animated shorts like the Pikmin ones.
Yeah, they should do that. Okay, so next, they talk about Everos.
They didn't show anything new, did they?
No, I don't think so.
They
But
just showed the stuff they demoed at last
I
E3.
did have 2 points here, right?
Okay.
They talked about, doing things in the town of trying to buff up your shops and stuff and trying to bring more people in so you can get more party members.
Right.
And how you need different kinds of party members for exploring these dungeons and solving puzzles and stuff. But I
Right.
noticed in both, maybe it's just because they're not selling that much, but in both the first selling of the game and this one, they had the same two types, like the same two races of creatures following him. So I don't know how diverse the party members are going to be. Is it going to be like, just like the same races with different abilities and stuff, or is it actually going to be more like different races than just those two they showed that would be in your party?
My take on the matter is that it's going to be something like the dungeons are going to be more like kind of like Zelda dungeons. You solve puzzles, you fight enemies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the different characters are going to be kind of used as like your transformations that you had in like Majora's Mask, right? So to do this kind of thing, you need this character. So you're going to have this race of a character join you because that's how you solve the dungeon.
Yeah.
You take these specific guys into these dungeons because that's how you solve it. So it's probably a natural progression. Okay, now you have this race in your team, and now you have this one on your team, that kind of stuff. The
Mm-hmm.
different people that'll join you are probably going to be set up like that for helping you solve puzzles. Kind of probably going to be like getting upgrades in Zelda or Metroid or something.
Second point,
Mm-hmm.
please, please, Nintendo, make an amiibo of Tethu and the water spirit. I believe it was Izuna. I think that's what it was. Make those two, because their designs are awesome, and I'd love a figure of them.
And then put them in the next Smash. Well, Tethu in the
Yes,
next Smash
Tethu.
Brothers game.
Follow at Tethu #4 Smash
On Twitter.
on Twitter. Sorry.
But yeah, overall, I'm actually really excited for Ever Oasis. I think it actually looks like it's going to be really fun.
It's a shame. I want to say it's my most anticipated game of next year, but it's clearly not. Zelda, Persona, Horizon Zero Dawn. It might pace out Horizon, but it's a shame there's so much heavy competition next year, so it would be like a good game of the year contender, I feel.
Yeah, it just makes me think like seeing the gameplay. It's like getting Fantasy Life, but put in more of a structured like Zelda kind of spin on it, where you go through dungeons and stuff like that, and that just gets me excited because I really liked Fantasy Life, and obviously everybody loves Zelda. Of course,
I
especially love Zelda.
What they were talking about both when they announced the game and here in the towns, how you need to set up the shops and stuff that like the people, different villages want, and sell your items to them, and so they can get more stuff and bring more people and stuff. It almost feels like it's gonna be like a form of like micromanaging things to keep track of in the town. There's like another element to it.
Yeah, and that's just has the date of 2017 still. So
I was hoping for a spring release date.
Yeah.
But I forget what, but they gave something else a spring release date.
The next game they talked about.
Okay.
Which was Mario Sports Superstars.
What I'm hoping, before we get to that, what I'm hoping is that now it will be the 3DS's big holiday game of 2017. That'd be great.
Yeah, you broke my transition.
I had a point to say, okay?
Okay.
But I want to bring up about this game you're trying to bring up too early.
Yeah, Mario Sports Superstars.
At first, I saw this, right?
Yeah.
I was like, well, this is a little odd, right?
Okay.
Like, it includes 5 games, right? It's 5 sports. Soccer, baseball, tennis, golf, And of course, horse racing.
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
No,
From me, because I don't understand why there's horse
that's
racing in it.
awesome. Golf and tennis are both on the 3DS already.
Yeah.
But this doesn't matter after it sank in for a while. And I was thinking about it. I think this is the announcement I'm most excited about from this.
Really?
Yeah, this is what I'm most excited about.
It is pretty exciting. Like you said, the idea that we're
Horse
getting
racing.
the idea that we're getting tennis and golf again on the 3DS. Plus, we also just had tennis on the Wii U, which most people probably didn't buy because it was a ripoff. It's just so weird. Like those were already on there. Like it would have been really cool to see something like, I don't know, volleyball, something.
Yeah,
Uh,
volleyball, basketball, dodgeball, things that were in the Mario Sports Mix on Wii.
yeah, but
Uh,
maybe more fleshed out this time.
and that's something. First of all, horse racing, yes, please. I'm really glad about that.
Did they just get that from the Mario versus Sonic, or Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, and they're like,
Yes,
let's make it better.
I'm sure they did. Now, I believe this is an exact quote from Bill I put in here. There's more to them than you may expect.
Yeah.
How in depth will they be? Because I'm going to assume Camelot is making this,
Yeah.
and they
Well,
did not
maybe.
do a good job of their last game.
Well, wait, let's think about this. They didn't say who the developer was. For all we know, it's freaking Sega.
I wouldn't be interested anymore.
It's probably Camelot because they have the tennis and golf, which was from them, and it looks like it's directly ported what they had all the assets from those games into this one.
Hmm.
Which I mean is good because those were solid games. I just don't understand the horse racing thing still. I think, by the way, the baseball would be cool in the 3DS with the 3D, and you'd be able to see the depth of the ball and everything. But I do think soccer would have been more interesting to have on the home console, on the
Yeah,
NX or something.
Mario Strikers on the NX.
On a big screen, so
Yeah.
you can really see a lot of field space, HD, so it's all clear from a zoomed out perspective, and that would have been really cool. But at the same time, having it on the 3DS means that you'll probably have your view focused on your character specifically more, so
Hmm.
that could be good too, actually.
I mean, I'm just interested to see how in depth they are and
Yeah.
just how much depth there are to the game because the last sports game from Nintendo was a little disappointing.
Yeah.
But they also did mention all 5 sports will have a single player tournament.
Yeah.
And local and online play as well. I don't know if
Local online tournaments, I believe they said.
did they say? I thought they said single tournaments for single player and local and online play as well.
Yeah, I thought they were saying that the tournaments were for all of those. I don't know. Whatever they meant, there's online in some format, but I'm really, really hoping that you can just connect with friends and say,
Mm-hmm.
boom, I want to play a round of baseball with my friends.
Yeah. Mario Tennis on the
Ultra
Wii U,
Smash.
Ultra Smash. I didn't know. I forgot. Didn't have friends.
Yeah.
That you play with friends, and Metroid Prime Federation Force, which is great by the way. Except for the fact that you can't play with friends.
Yeah. Can
And
you, in normal mode, connect with friends online? I don't think there is any way, is there?
in Federation Force.
Yeah. In the normal mode, like the campaign, can you connect with friends in there? Is there a way to do it? I don't know. It's really bizarre.
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like there should be, but I guess there's not.
And the
Anyway,
last note is that the artwork, if you haven't seen it, I think Nintendo posted it on their Twitter. It's really good artwork. It's really high depth quality, and then like you should look at that for a little bit before you play the game when it comes out, and then you get to see how bad the graphics are on the 3DS in comparison.
they
But
all seem so violent, though. It makes me think of Level 5.
yeah, it really does make me
Isn't that what they're called?
next level.
I swear it says next level on the Yokai Watch games.
You
I
think
can't remember those two. Next level, level 5, next level, level 5.
next level. Yeah, it does seem very next level like artwork.
Yeah, but I guess it's not. So
Okay.
I hope it's not because they just made a game.
I'm sure you're the one most excited about the next game, so you can talk about that.
Okay, well, I just want to give another reminder. Horse racing? Seriously? What the heck?
No, I literally wrote on here, right? Horse racing? Yes, please.
Horse racing?
Again, so much about this was, well, this is a little weird. Really? That's odd. But then, like, as it sank in, it's like, no, this is gonna be an awesome game. I'm gonna put like a lot of time into it, especially with online.
Horse racing.
I know it's gonna be awesome.
So the next theme was a huge surprise.
Yeah, well, I think it was the most surprising thing.
It was, if there was anything to surprise you in this direct, you were surprised at the very end of it, right here, right after Reggie said, we have one more surprise, or something like that. One more game. I don't know what he said. He's Reggie.
Reggie wasn't the one that presented it.
What? I thought Reggie was at the end and he presented the very last game.
No.
Oh, he showed up afterwards. Okay. Bill? No wonder I don't remember who it was. Bill Trennan was on an island for years. How could he have been there? Anyway,
How long did it take them to make that whole thing?
that's why we haven't been getting it for months.
Yeah. Oh,
Anyway,
things to think about.
so Pikmin 3DS, and all we know is it's supposed to come out next year. And well, we saw footage, but like we don't know the title of it. It doesn't have a title yet. It's supposed to come out next year. We don't know when. Probably pretty late because it doesn't have a title. I just noted down some things that I liked about it and some things that I just thought about it while I was looking at it and noticed about it. First of all, it does look beautiful. I think it looks like almost like a moving painting. The visuals.
Yoshi Island-esque.
Yeah, it very much reminded me of that too. It retains some basic Pikmin gameplay, like you throw Pikmin at enemies and other stuff to attack and build bridges, carry treasure, other puzzles like having fire Pikmin put out fire, red Pikmin put out fire, blue Pikmin will go in water with you, and yellow Pikmin will like conduct electricity through wires and vote their immune to it and stuff like
Basic Pikmin stuff, but
that. Yeah.
implemented into here.
We didn't see any Pikmin other than the basic three, which that's fine. It's a little portable Pikmin game. It doesn't need to have that much to it. If it's trying something new, you can save the new Pikmin types for the next game. But maybe there will be more because they've shown very little of this so far. So I was looking at some of the UI and stuff. It looks like Olimar seems to have. It looks like Olimar seems to have. Olimar seems to have 3 HP. Like it looks like you can get hit 3 times. It seems like you collect some kind of gold plants, and the amount of them you have is displayed on the top screen next to your HP and stuff, and the amount of Pikmin you have. My guess is that there's probably 100 of these plants in each level, and speaking of each level, I also noticed there were 3 treasure pieces at the top of the screen. There were 3 bubbles, and it seemed like you collect 3 treasures. And it looks to me like it's going to be a very level-based game, so play through these levels, you try and get all 3 treasure in this level, you try and get all of the gold plants in this level. And that's what it's going to be like to progress through the game. So I don't know how much strategy is going to be into the game, but it definitely still retains a lot of basic Pikmin gameplay, and I'm interested to see how fun it is to play. Like, is it going to be another Chibi Robo Ziplash where it's not really a Chibi Robo at all, it's just the character there for the heck of it, and a very different experience, or is it actually going to feel like a little Pikmin game in your hands?
It looks way more Pikmin than Chibi Robo Ziplash looked like Chibi Robo.
Yeah.
My biggest question about this, right?
Yeah.
Is this Pikmin 4?
I went back and I looked at the quotes that we got. The translated quotes from Miyamoto talking about Pikmin 4's development, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the way the translation worded it was, the Pikmin teams are always working on a new title. It sounded like he was wording like there are multiple Pikmin teams. Like there are multiple Zelda teams. These teams are making the portable Zelda, these teams are making the home console Zelda, and they swap, people in the team swap around a lot and everything. But they have like 2 teams that focus on the different Zelda games they're making because they make more than one at a time.
Pikmin isn't a big enough franchise, you'd think, to have multiple teams.
But at the same time, Pikmin 3, they were teasing Pikmin 3 throughout the Wii's lifespan, and we never got that until the Wii U. It got delayed, it got blah blah blah, whatever happened to it. They tried making a Pikmin game for the Game Boy, apparently. They didn't get very far with that. They tried making one for the DS, I think they said, or maybe they just thought about it, I don't know. And the way Miyamoto worded that in that quote was, we're always working on a new Pikmin game. It sounds like they do always try to make a new Pikmin game. It seems like Miyamoto is very passionate about the series, and it probably just doesn't go very far. And this time it just happened to go very far with a different idea. I really don't think this is going to replace another mainstay Pikmin game, but maybe this is the one they were talking about in teasing. I don't know.
Didn't Nintendo themselves this July confirm to like Your Game or whatever? I think Your Game was the one that reached out about it again because they got the initial interview with Miyamoto. Didn't they confirm that didn't their statement say that Pikmin 4 is still in development? Like they said Pikmin 4, and
Yeah,
this is Pikmin for 3DS Untitled, or whatever they called it.
yeah. You'd think maybe they would have just said there's a new Pikmin in development if it was just this, but I don't know. It's really hard to say with stuff like that. Like you don't really know how accurate it is, the way they wrote it down versus what was said, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, side-scrolling Pikmin, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird to try it and see what it's actually like. I'm interested to see in the future when we start to see more of the game and see more of what it looks like. This one's supposedly more action focused, and we saw that at the end with the Bulborb chase scene where kind of running away from a Bulborb and to throw Pikmin at his eyes to distract him so you can run under him and stuff like that. And also that goes along with the level-based thing rather than being a more open world kind of thing where not open world, but you have different worlds that are more open that you go through and collect treasure through. Be more strategic about. This time you're gonna go more through a level fighting enemies like you would in an action side scroller kind of, but with Pikmin gameplay. Do you have any opinions about this?
No, not really. I had all my questions and thoughts out. Are you ready to wrap up here?
Well, I was just gonna say one more thing about Pikmin. If they put in a mission mode or a battle mode, or both, preferably, some kind of mission mode and battle mode into the game, that would make it just fun no matter what.
Online?
Probably wouldn't be online, but that'd be really cool. Imagine if you could play a battle mode, like a bingo battle or just collecting your color marbles and stuff. You each start on one side of the course and you go together forwards and backwards. You gotta try and collect the things. You can attack each other. It could work. It could be great. I think that would make the game a lot better if they just do that. And a mission mode is what made Pikmin 3, in my opinion.
I have to say something real quick, right?
Okay.
Bill,
Mm-hmm.
Bill and Chewy
Yeah.
learned how to make Reggie's new Nintendo 3DS XL fly.
And he looked scary doing
It was amazing, really. Let's go to a closing bit, alright? And just to close this,
it. Mm-hmm.
we all thought NX would be announced in September, right?
Yeah.
They announced a Direct for the
Mm-hmm.
first day in September and did that, but for 3DS, not NX. And now we know that Nintendo is not going to be exhibiting at Tokyo Game Show.
Mm-hmm.
When is NX being announced? This month still?
I don't know. They're probably gonna wait till like November and be like, hey, this is our new console releasing in a couple months.
I was thinking February.
I was thinking March. March 15th. Here's
It's
a direct.
released
It's coming out
tomorrow!
tomorrow! They're pulling a Sega.
That went so bad for Sega, though.
But whatever happened to Reggie's Donuts?
Bill was there for years. How do you think he survived?
I guess you're right. When Bill was possessed by Hungramps, there's no holding him back from the donuts. What are you doing, dog?
That's it. This video is way too long. We're so sorry you wasted so much